may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Alright guys, y'all know in the last video, I told y'all to go down to the comment section, let me know what videos y'all want to see this week, and a good amount of y'all told me that y'all wanted to see our running back rankings for the fantasy football playoffs. So here we are, we're going to go through our top 24 running backs. Now I need y'all to do a couple things here. One, I need y'all to go down to the comment section, let me know what y'all want to see next, let me know what y'all want to have on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Actually, Saturday, I want to remind everybody, we are doing all our questions through Instagram and Twitter. So let me know what you want to see Thursday and Friday. And also, please, if you have any questions regarding your fantasy football team, go down there and ask them. And if you don't have your own questions, go and answer some other questions, because I want to remind everyone, I am just the guy making the videos. We are all a part of the flock. We are all gearing up for our fantasy football playoffs. I want us to all go out there and crush it. So please, let's try to help each other. Go down, use that reply function on the YouTube comments so we can build this community. We can go out there and crush our leagues. All right, so now let's dive into it and let's talk about our top 24 running backs. And let's start it off at number 1 with the same running back we had this past week, Derrick Henry. Y'all know this last week, I had Derrick Henry ranked as our running back 1 rest of season, and y'all have no idea how much hate that I saw. People coming out here telling me, Mason, you're stupid, it's Dalvin Cook. Mason, you're stupid, it's Alvin Kamara. You don't know what you're talking about. Please go down there, leave that apology, because I know who you are. And yeah, Derrick Henry, clearly the running back 1 rest of season, seeing about 30 touches a game, and has a fantastic schedule going forward. With Derrick Henry, it looks like that he is just too big to fail. All right, so now our next running back, Dalvin Cook, coming in here at number 2. Yes, Dalvin Cook had a down week this past week, but he was injured halfway through that game. And also, Dalvin Cook looks like he should be good to go for the future. And we know that he is going to have the usage out of the backfield in terms of receptions and carries, getting pretty much everything for the Minnesota Vikings offense. So here with Dalvin Cook, I think the lowest we can have him is at number 2. Clear top 2 options for me. Now coming in here at 3, this is where we get controversial. This is where I know I'm going to get some hate comments, but we are going to have Austin Ekeler. With Austin Ekeler coming off a game where he saw 16 targets. I mean, I have never seen a running back come off of injury and get that type of usage in the receiving game. And it makes sense because Austin Ekeler is that elite receiving running back. And I will admit, I did not say it on the videos because I did not know how accurate it was. But in the back of my mind last week, I was worried about Austin Ekeler getting that target volume with Phillip Rivers, because Phillip Rivers was a quarterback that could not escape the pocket. He really was having to dump up to Austin Ekeler as a last resort. But no, now we have seen that with Justin Herbert. Austin Ekeler having his career high in touches this past week. I think he is going to be the running back 3 for us going forward if he's seeing that type of usage in his receiving game. And now coming in here at number 4, we are going to have James Robinson. Yes, I know this is aggressive. I understand. And yes, I had James Robinson significantly lower than this a week ago. I want to say I am taking the L with James Robinson. I came out here and I said that he did not have that elite ceiling because of the offense that he played in. But no, he comes out and he shuts me up and he puts on a fantastic performance against a good defense. On top of that, we know with James Robinson, this is a running back getting targets out of the backfield, which is going to be so valuable in terms of raising his floor and his ceiling. So James Robinson seeing almost 30 touches every game. His usage is extremely safe. Yes, I don't think he's anywhere close to Dalvin Cook or Derrick Henry because of the offense that he plays in. But all of these other running backs have question marks around them. And the perfect guy to exemplify that is our next running back at running back 5, Alvin Kamara. Yes, guys, with Alvin Kamara, this is a running back that can easily be the number 1 scorer for the rest of the season as soon as we get Drew Brees back. Like I said a week ago, when y'all wanted to come out here and give me a ton of hate, Alvin Kamara with Taysom Hill is not a good combination. I mean, go back to the videos a week ago and look at the comments that I was getting. Look at people telling me, oh, Mason, did you not realize Alvin Kamara missed practice Wednesday and Thursday? That's why he did not get the usage. And I'll say, no, guys, please understand the type of quarterback Taysom Hill is. He's going to look at that first read. If that first read is not there, he's either going to tuck it and run, or he's going to look to throw the ball out of bounds. On top of that, with Taysom Hill, he's vulturing all these rushing touchdowns at the goal line. So yeah, I mean, Alvin Kamara is going to have to be down here at 5 until we get Drew Brees back. Now, coming in here at 6, a running back that I think is going to bounce back. I'm getting a ton of messages about him on Patreon with people panicking. Guys, please hold on for now. Aaron Jones. With Aaron Jones, this is a running back that has been disappointing since coming back from his injury, and I understand you want to just get out of him. But please, let's take a step back. Let's understand that 2 weeks ago, Aaron Jones was still getting the majority of the usage here, and we know that there was just not that many looks for the running backs in this offense. In this past week, they completely boat raced the Chicago Bears, where there was no reason for them to heavily utilize Aaron Jones. We know that this is a very cautious medical staff where they probably have some input in saying, hey, if Aaron Jones doesn't have to be there for every snap and Aaron Jones does not have to see every target out of the backfield, let's make sure that he's not. Let's make sure that he gets healthy. So with Aaron Jones, I'm going to be expecting him to bounce back as soon as they start playing in some tougher matchups. Now, coming in here at running back 7, someone that I truly have no idea what to do with, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, with McCaffrey, what I said a week ago was I thought that we were going to see McCaffrey 100% sure come back if they won that Week 12 matchup. But if they lost in Week 12, I really don't know what the incentive is to bring Christian McCaffrey back here. I mean, why are we going to be risking another injury for Christian McCaffrey when he's locked up on that long-term contract, when they just lost DJ Moore to an ankle injury, when they have no shot at the playoffs? I will say I think it's a little bit more likely that McCaffrey comes back than he doesn't, but I think it's looking like a 60 to 65% chance, and just because of that, he is going to have to be ranked below some of these other options, even though if he came back for sure, I think we could safely put him at either 1 or 2. All right, now coming in here at running back 8, yes, I know, I'm going to have to take a small L on him, but nothing compared to James Robinson. We are going to have to put Nick Chubb here. Yes, guys, I want to reiterate, Nick Chubb is one of the most talented running backs in the entire NFL. That is not the argument here. The argument is that Nick Chubb has not consistently seen the usage in the receiving game, and when you're not getting that consistent usage, it's hard to hit that overall ceiling, and we've seen him throughout 2020 be drastically out-touched by Kareem Hunt within the 10-yard line in the game where both of these running backs were active. Now, I will say, with this Nick Chubb performance this past week, yes, it was obviously extremely impressive. We all expected it to be against the Jacksonville Jaguars, but was even more impressive is the fact that he saw every target out of this backfield, logging 3 receptions. If that's something that Nick Chubb adds into his game, where he's seeing anywhere from 2 to 4 receptions every single week, I mean, Nick Chubb would clearly be a top 5 option. I just really want to make sure that we're going to see it in another week, because this past week, Nick Chubb actually doubled his reception number on the entire season. So yeah, Chubb is trending in the right direction, but I want to see another week of the usage in the receiving game. And now, talking about a running back that gets all of the usage in the receiving game, DeAndre Swift coming in here at number 9. DeAndre Swift, our number 1 running back coming into the NFL draft. We know he has the talent. We know that DeAndre Swift is that elite pass-catching running back, and he just drastically out-touched every other running back in his offense the last game that he was healthy. And I think Matt Patricia leaving this offense actually helps DeAndre Swift more than it hurts it. So yeah, DeAndre Swift going to be a top 10 option for me. Should be good to go this week. And now our next running back, where we had some positive reports lately saying he should be good to go, is actually going to be Josh Jacobs. With Josh Jacobs, yes, we are going to have to monitor that ankle injury. And yes, I know y'all probably want to put our next running back after him, ahead of him. But Josh Jacobs is going to be playing on a decent offense for the rest of the season. And with Jacobs, we know he's going to be seeing almost every touch in that backfield when he is healthy. And now coming in here at 11, I know y'all are going to want him higher. But guys, please remember, I was higher on Antonio Gibson than anybody else coming into this season. I mean, go to my Twitter. I was getting hate nonstop over the summer in our Dynasty Fantasy Football Leagues when we evaluated Antonio Gibson coming out of Memphis. We said that this was a running back that had the talent that was going to be a high-end running back too in fantasy football. He was going to completely destroy Darius Geis before Darius Geis got kicked out of the NFL. So I love Antonio Gibson, especially if he continues to increase his role in the receiving game. But here we are going to have him behind players like Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift, Nick Chubb, Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Jones, because of the offense that he's playing in. I know the Washington football team looked stacked against the Dallas Cowboys this past week, but we have to remember that was against the Dallas Cowboys with Antonio Gibson, still a running back that we are going to have to be a little bit cautious of the overall game flow that Washington should be facing. Now, our next running back, everybody hates him. Everybody wants to get rid of him. Miles Sanders coming in here at running back 12. I know this is going to look very aggressive to most people because everybody saw that game on Monday night where Miles Sanders barely got any usage, with that game getting out of hand for the Philadelphia Eagles extremely fast. What we need to see in Philadelphia is we need to see Jalen Hurts. I am tired of the excuses for Carson Wentz. I mean, Nick Foles winning the Philadelphia Eagles that Super Bowl in 2017 really gave Carson Wentz all the job security that he could ever want. I mean, what is going on? Get Jalen Hurts in here. Save this offense. If you drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round, why are you not playing him? What was the thought process there of drafting Jalen? I mean, I don't know. I drafted Jalen in all of my own Superflex Dynasty leagues because I did not believe in Carson Wentz. And if we see Jalen Hurts, we know that based on his success that he had at Oklahoma, based on the success that he had at Alabama, I think that this is going to be a running back that's an average NFL quarterback, but what he provides you is all the rushing equity in the world. So I will say real quick, if Wentz gets benched, you better go out there and pick up Jalen, and I think it would actually help Miles Sanders. So now our next running back coming in here at running back 13, definitely higher than where anybody else has him, but Jonathan Taylor, a strong fantasy football schedule, and we know that his last game that he played in, Jonathan Taylor was extremely impressive, logging over 25 total touches. And if you zoom out a little bit and look at what he was able to accomplish at Wisconsin, 3 straight over 2,000-yard seasons, along with an elite athletic profile that compares him to Saquon Barkley at the NFL Combine. I mean, Jonathan Taylor clearly has all the talent in the world. He's playing behind one of the best offensive lines in the entire NFL. We just need to see him have that role going forward. Okay, so now coming in here at running back 14, a guy that y'all know I am always lower on than consensus, Chris Carson. With Chris Carson, I have the same worries that we have every single video. We understand that Chris Carson is that injury-prone running back. I hate to use that term, but I think we have to admit that Chris Carson is more likely to get injured than the other running backs on this list. On top of that, not getting an elite usage in the receiving game on an offense that's not looking to rely on the run any longer. And we know that Rashad Penny is getting healthier. By the time we get to the fantasy football playoffs, Rashad Penny should be back into the Seattle Seahawks offense. And I can't say for sure that Penny is going to have a role, but I think it's more likely than not because we know he has the talent. All right. So now coming in here at running back 15, a running back that we don't know if he has the talent anymore, Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, we are going to have Zeke in here because of his workload at 15, but Zeke looks bad. This offense is bad. Nobody is excited to put Ezekiel Elliott in their starting lineup for good reason. But yeah, I mean, this is just disgusting. All right, so now coming in here at running back 16, we're going to have a league-winning running back, in my opinion, someone that you got off the waiver wire a few weeks ago, someone that you may be traded for on the low, J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins has that elite upside if he can maintain that number 1 running back role for the Baltimore Ravens. Very similar to what we're saying with another rookie running back in Jonathan Taylor. J.K. Dobbins coming in here, having that usage that we have to get excited about. And now our next running back, another rookie running back coming in here at 17. We are going to have Clyde Edwards-Helaire with CEH. Yes, he is so frustrating with the volatility that you have to take on, but he is playing in the best offense in football. He is the lead back on the best offense in football. If we see an injury to Le'Veon Bell, I think CEH could jump up to being a running back 1. He's currently the running back 12 on the season, but that's mainly been the fact that he's played pretty much every game. Okay, so now our next running back coming in here at 18, Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert, y'all know this is someone I tried to get y'all to sell a few weeks ago just because we are not a believer in this San Francisco 49ers offense. With no George Kittle, the run efficiency is so far down. With no Jimmy Garoppolo, the point total we're going to be looking at with San Francisco every week is going to be low. And we know with Raheem Mostert, not seeing a ton of targets out of the backfield, so not someone I'm excited about. Going to have down here at 17. Now, coming in here at 18, James Conner. With James Conner, this is going to be a situation we have to monitor with COVID. With James Conner, we can all admit that he is a high-risk person, a former survivor of cancer. Here, James Conner, wishing him the best. I don't know when we see him back. I'm assuming that he bounces back fast just because he is that top athlete. But even if he does come back fast, we have to be a little bit worried about the usage in the offense because for whatever reason, they really did not want to use him at the goal line so far this season. I mean, he was getting vultured by Chase Claypool earlier on. Now he's getting vultured by Benny Snell. I mean, with James Conner, wishing him the best, going to have him down here at 18. Now, coming down here at 19, someone that y'all are screaming to put higher, we are going to have Kenyan Drake. Yes, Kenyan Drake looked fantastic against the New England Patriots, but we have to understand, in this offense, Kyler Murray is going to be stealing so many of those rushing touchdowns at the goal line to the point with where Kenyan Drake is going to have a much lower floor than most players because if he's not getting that usage in the receiving game, if Kyler Murray is stealing those touchdowns at the goal line, we know he's going to have a low floor. All right, now coming in here at 20, someone that does not necessarily have a very high ceiling but has that high floor, David Montgomery. Y'all know this is a running back that I was actually very excited about playing this past week because of the usage that he was going to have in that offense, because of the matchup. I'll reiterate my stance on David Montgomery for the millionth time now. A very bad running back, but the opportunity is so high in the offense, we can't ignore it. Now coming in here at 22, we are going to have Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt, for whatever reason, was completely taken out of this past week's game. But if we look at the entire sample in 2020, he is a running back that was getting usage at the goal line. He's also a running back that was getting targeted out of the backfield. He has an elite talent profile. So if something happens to Nick Chubb, he jumps up to being a top 6 running back. So you're going to have him here in the top 24. Now coming in here at 23, one of the most frustrating running backs on this entire list. Y'all are also screaming for me to have him higher than this. Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones is going to be down here at the very low end running back 2 mark because the consistency is not there, and that's because the targets out of the backfield are not there. With Rojo, definitely the better running back than Leonard Fournette. If anybody was telling you to draft Leonard Fournette in 2020, go unfollow them. Go tell them that they don't know what they're talking about because clearly Rojo is the better option. But here, I think we have to be worried about the usage in the receiving game. We have to be worried that this offense is so far up and down. And now our last running back, someone that I need to include on this list, Myles Gaskin. I don't know when we're seeing him back. I don't know if he even comes back. But before Myles Gaskin left, he was seeing usage on all 3 downs, getting usage at the goal line, getting usage in the receiving game. This offense is one of the better offenses in the NFL. So yeah, here with Myles Gaskin, you're going to have him at 24. Now, thank you guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really hope y'all got something from it. As always, if y'all did, go down there, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps us out. And yeah, I hope I will see you on the live stream tonight. Live stream every single night at 9 p.m. Central. And I hope to see you there.